Grand Rising people. Hope this message finds you well. Today we're talking about how your evolution will reveal their secret competition with you. This one is for my chosen ones, my awakening empaths, those on the awakening path. But before we get into the message, I'd like to take a moment to say hello and welcome to all of you. If you're new here, I go by the name Inspired Seeker, and on this channel we discuss spirituality, personal development, and narcissism. So if any of that appeals to you, or if you feel called to, then I invite you to join us, and I promise you will not regret that decision. Also guys, I have construction next to me, so you may hear some background noise. Pardon that and focus on the message. Now let's get into the message. And this one is entitled, Your Evolution Will Reveal Your Secret Competition. Like I said earlier, this is for the chosen ones, the awakening empaths, and those on their awakening journey. And I like to start by saying this, guys. A lot of folks around you are in secret competition with you. Okay, if you know it, great. If you don't know it today. That a lot of folks are around you are in secret competition with you. Okay, they may not make it clear to you, but they are in secret competition with you. A while back, in the beginning stages of my channel, I did a video called Your Evolution Will Trigger Them. I'll link it in here somewhere so you can check it out, and that will help you better understand this video. You may not be aware of it, but know that they are in secret competition with you, and this will all become clear the further you progress along your awakening journey. Now, at some point along your journey, you will begin to evolve. Once you've done enough work on yourself, once you've done enough shadow work, once you've done enough healing on yourself, you will begin to evolve. This is the stage I call your evolution strike. You will hit your evolution strike because your growth will just be progressive, right? You will just begin to grow. And this is where the problem will come in between you and the folks around you who are secretly competing with you. Okay. Folks will begin to say things like, oh, you acting different. Oh, you think you're better than this. This is because your evolution is starting to highlight their flaws. Your evolution is starting to highlight the truth. Your evolution is starting to make them feel insecure about themselves. Your evolution is starting to make them feel like they've been stagnant, right? They've been stagnating, like they're not doing anything to improve their lives, essentially, okay? But mind you, guys, you're not doing anything different. You're just on your awakening journey. You're learning, you're healing, you're growing, and you're evolving. That's all that's happening. All right, but this by default will cause jealousy. It will cause envy in some of these folks. Okay, because one thing that will happen is that your interests will begin to change, right? Your interests will begin to change. You'll no longer be interested in certain activities. You'll no longer be interested in certain environments, and so the more you replace these with better habits or better activities or better environments, the more jealousy you will invoke in these folks, okay? Because they'll feel like you are essentially saying that you're better than them, right? And this is what would trigger their hatred. This is what would trigger their envy, their jealousy, all right? But no, guys, that they've been in secret competition with you the entire time. All right, you may not be aware, like I said, but deep down, they've been in secret competition with you. And this has been going on the entire time they're around you. Okay, every time you do one thing, they want to one-up you. Okay, these folks are narcissistic, and they always feel like they have to have control over someone. They have to be above someone. Okay, although you may not be competing, they see you as their competition. How this will show is the way they'll begin to treat you. Okay, they'll begin to treat you bad. They'll begin to say nasty things about you. They'll begin to say things like, oh, you think you're better? Oh, you think you're all that? And those types of things, all right? And meanwhile, you're not doing anything. You're just focused on yourself. You're just focused on developing yourself. You're just focused on becoming a better version of yourself. But because they're in competition with you, they'll see that as you outdoing them, out-competing them. And so you will see that a lot of folks will begin to mimic you. A lot of folks will begin to pick up activities and certain habits and certain things that they would otherwise not engage in, only to make themselves feel like they're doing something progressive with their lives, right? So they could feel like they're on the same level as you, essentially. Okay, but mind you, you're just focused on yourself. You're just focused on becoming a better version of yourself. But these folks, in their distorted reality, will feel like you're competing with them. And so this will push them to pick up certain habits, certain activities to make themselves feel better, to make themselves feel like they're keeping up with the competition, essentially. All right. And the disturbing fact about this is that most of the time, these folks are in a better position than you are. Okay, they're in a better position financially. They probably have more than you possession-wise. They probably have more than you. Their living arrangements and living circumstance may be better than you. But for one reason or another, they'll feel like you're out competing them. They'll feel like you're outdoing them just because you're focused on yourself and you're bettering yourself and you're becoming a better version of yourself. They'll feel like you're outdoing them. And so they'll amp up the competition. They'll amp up their activities to make themselves feel like they're keeping up with you. I said this in the previous video, guys. A lot of folks around you do not want to see you do better. Okay? A lot of folks around you do not want to see you evolve. A lot of folks around you do not want to see you grow. As long as they feel like they're above you, as long as they feel like they're winning in a competition, as long as they feel like they are competing you, as long as they feel like they're doing better than you, that's all that matters to them. Okay? And if you allow them, guys, they will keep you in that small little box where they've been keeping you the entire time. All right? As long as you stay in that small little bubble that they're keeping you, that they know that they're doing better than you, or that they feel that they're above you, they feel like they're doing better than you, they feel like they are competing you, they're okay with that. And the moment you step out of that bubble, guys, the moment you step out of that bubble to start to improve your life, to start to become a better version of yourself, to start to become a better person, that's when they have a problem with you, because they feel like you're gonna evolve past them. They feel like you're gonna grow past them. They feel like you're gonna become better than them. And so they have a problem with you. All right. See, one of the things, guys, that we have to understand is that everything is a cycle with these folks, with these narcissistic folks. Everything is a cycle. All right. They like things to be a certain way. They like people to be a certain way. in order for them to feel secure in themselves, in order for them to feel like they're living, okay? And so as long as you're in there in that cycle, and the cycle continues to go around and around and around the same way, they are okay. They feel okay. They feel better about that, all right? But the minute you step out, the minute you begin to evolve, the minute you begin to grow, you are essentially breaking the cycle, whatever this cycle might have been, okay? Let's say, for instance, you all used to get together every weekend and have drinks, or you get together every weekend and go out to parties, or you get together every weekend to go out and chase after women, okay? Whatever that cycle might have been, now you're awakened, you're healing, you're evolving, right? You've been doing the shadow work, so you're evolving, and so your interests are changing, as I mentioned earlier. And so you no longer want to involve yourself in these activities. You no longer want to engage in these activities or go to these environments anymore. And that's where the problem comes in, okay? Because now these folks are looking for you to join them on the weekends to go out and have drinks. They're looking for you to join them on the weekends to go out and party. They're looking for you to join them on the weekends to go out and chase women. But you are like, no, I'd rather stay home and read a book. I'd rather stay home and do some research. I'd rather stay home and meditate. I'd rather stay home and have some quiet time to myself. And now you're essentially breaking out of that toxic cycle, right? And this is where folks will have a problem with you guys. Now you are breaking that cycle, so that cycle can no longer go around the same way it used to be, okay? This is when they'll begin to say things like, oh, you changed. Oh, you think you're better than us. Oh, you're no longer the same. Oh, you no longer treat us the same, okay? This is when all of these things will begin to show, all right? And this is when, as you continue to evolve, you'll begin to highlight some of these folks' insecurities. This is when the secret competition will begin to show, all right? You will see certain folks who reveal themselves, okay? Certain folks, like I said earlier, will begin to do activities that is not even in alignment with them, but they're doing it just to keep up the competition with you, okay? You will see some of these folks begin to show themselves in these ways, all right? So that's what I mean, guys, That's what I mean. You're gonna evolve as a chosen one on your journey, as an awakening empath. The more work you do on yourself, the more healing you do, the more shadow work you do, you're gonna evolve eventually, all right? But also know that this evolution will come at a cost of folks judging you, at a cost of folks showing themselves, at folks showing their true nature, and it will always highlight how some of these folks been feeling about you all along, all right? So I hope I made it clear enough, guys. Your evolution will highlight the truth. Your evolution will show their secret competition with you, all right? So if you enjoyed this one, then stick around, because there should be another video popping up, or even a playlist on spirituality or narcissism. Stick around and get more information. Other than that, I'll leave this one here. Until next time, guys, peace, love, and more life.